Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Cyclone Biparjoy landfall started in Saurashtra and Kutch regions of Gujarat. More than 1 lakh people from coastal areas and low-lying villages successfully evacuated. Centre reduces 5% basic import duty on edible oils to ensure affordable prices for consumers. Country's electronic goods export witnesses significant increase of around 74% in May. UNGA adopts resolution introduced by India to establish memorial wall to honour fallen peacekeepers. India's Kidambi Srikanth and HS Pranoy enter quarter-finals of men's singles event at Indonesia Open Badminton Tournament in Jakarta. And in cricket, Asia Cup 2023 to be held in hybrid mode from 31st August to 17th September. The very severe cyclonic storm Biparjoy has touched Jakhau port area of Gujarat. However, the eye of the storm is still 50 kilometers away, which will have a speed of 115 to 125 kilometers per hour when it makes landfall in the middle of the night in the next 5 hours. IMD DG Mrityunjay Mahapatra has said the landfall of cyclonic storm Biparjoy is going to happen near Jakhau port between Karachi in Pakistan and Mandvi in Kutch. Currently, the process of landfall is going on.
The very severe cyclone storm, Biparjoy, is moving northeastwards and it has started the landfall process. Landfall process started around 6:30 p.m. It will continue till midnight of today. The cyclone will cross Saurashtra, Kutch and adjacent Pakistan coast between Mandvi and Karachi, close to Jakhau, with a wind speed of 115 to 125 kmph, gusting to 140 kmph. Under its influence, heavy rainfall is continuing. It will continue over the coastal districts of Saurashtra and Kutch. Thereafter, it will extend to inter-district Saurashtra. The extremely heavy rainfall activity is expected today and tomorrow.
The outer line of the storm is currently collapsing. Its effect is likely to remain for the next 5 hours. Later, the impact of the storm will gradually diminish. Due to the storm, there is possibility of heavy to very heavy rains over Kutch from tonight to tomorrow afternoon. Heavy to very heavy rain may also occur at Mandvi, Mundra and Kandla ports of Kutch. Meanwhile, the National Disaster Response Force, NDRF, has intensified rescue operations in the wake of Cyclone Biparjoy. Addressing the media in New Delhi, the Director General of the NDRF, Atul Karwal, stated that more than 1 lakh people residing in coastal areas and low-lying villages have been successfully evacuated as of this morning. A total of 19 NDRF teams have been deployed in 9 coastal districts of Gujarat and 1 union territory of Diu. 12 SDRF teams have been deployed and 1 SDRF team has been maintained in 7 coastal districts. Regular visits are being made to the shelter homes by medical teams and proper health checks are being carried out of the displaced people. A report.
The next 5 hours will be challenging for Kutch and Saurashtra as there will be heavy to very heavy rains and strong winds will blow along with the landfall. The entire Jakhau port has been evacuated. Heavy raining in some villages of Bachau, Rapar, Gandhidham, Bhuj, Mandvi, Nakhatrana, Lakhpat and Abda sub-blocks. The administration is on special alert in the coastal belt area of Kutch and Saurashtra. Control rooms are ready to deal with the situation at state level and district level. However, more than 1 lakh people from 8 districts of the state affected by possible storm have been shifted to safer places. At present, the highest waves are rising on the beaches of Jakhau and Mandvi in Kutch. In other coastal regions of Kutch, there has also been a rise in sea waves. Bharat Devmani, Akashvani News, Ahmedabad.
Indian Railways has geared up its entire machinery in a big way to ensure minimal damage to railway assets in the areas affected by Cyclone Biparjoy. Railway board officials are monitoring the real-time situation round the clock through a war room. The affected railway zones, Western Railway and Northwestern Railway, have activated emergency control rooms at the zonal as well as division level to handle the challenge effectively. IMD has issued warning of heavy to very heavy rain with strong winds in many districts of Rajasthan for tomorrow and day after tomorrow due to the effect of cyclone Biparjoy. The Meteorological Centre of Jaipur has issued a red alert for extremely heavy rainfall with strong winds in Barmer and Jalore districts tomorrow. A red alert has been issued for extremely heavy rains with strong winds in Barmer and Jodhpur on Saturday. Apart from this, alerts have also been issued for Ajmer, Bhilwara, Rajsamand, Sirohi, Udaipur, Jalore and Pali. Our correspondent has filed this report.
In view of the warning, the Disaster Management Department has put all the concerned districts on alert. The leave of the employees and officials have been cancelled and they have been instructed to remain at the headquarters in many districts. SDRF has been deployed in 7 districts while NDRF team has been deployed in Ajmer. Control rooms have been set up in all the districts. The Disaster Management Department is also in consistent touch with the Army and the Air Force. Citizens have been advised to stay at home for the next 2 days. Jitendra Dwivedi, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
The government has reduced the basic import duty on edible oils to ensure their availability to consumers at affordable prices. The basic import duty on refined soybean oil and refined sunflower oil was reduced from 17.5% to 12.5%. This came into effect today and will remain in force till the 31st of March next year. The Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Ministry said a reduction in import duty on refined sunflower oil and refined soybean oil will benefit consumers as it will help in easing the domestic retail prices. The ministry said it is closely monitoring the prices of edible oil in the country and ensuring its adequate availability to consumers. The Defence Ministry today signed a contract of 500 crore rupees with an indigenous firm for the supply of radio relay containers to strengthen the Indian Army's communication system. The contract was signed with ICOM Tele Limited of Hyderabad for the procurement of more than 1,000 radio relay communication equipment containers. The Defence Ministry said the radio relay containers will address a long overdue requirement of mobile communication detachments of the Indian Army. The Udupi Cochin Shipyard Limited, a wholly owned subsidiary of Cochin Shipyard Limited, has bagged an international order worth 580 crore rupees for the design and construction of 6 new generation diesel-electric 3800 DWT general cargo vessels. The order for the future-proof dry cargo vessels came from the Norway-based shipping company. The first vessel will be delivered by December next year and the entire delivery is expected to be completed within March 2026. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. As the Narendra Modi government has completed 9 years in office, Akashvani News brings you a series of special stories on the initiatives taken by the government. Today we take a look at the e-Samiksha, an online monitoring and compliance mechanism. A report.
The system has been designed in such a way that it will enhance efficiency, bring transparency, reduce the need of protracted correspondence, and improve the communication between government to government, government to business, and vice versa. It automates the tracking of action points, proposals, issues, projects, schemes, targets, etc., starting from online submission to its compliance. The system also facilitates with customized digital dashboard. Once the action points, proposals, issues, targets, etc. are added in the e-Samiksha digital platform, system automatically pushes it for the regular interval updation to the respective stakeholders till it gets compliance. This system also facilitates the monitoring agencies to further give directions, remarks and send email, SMS to the stakeholders on a particular action points, proposals, issues, targets, etc. Kunal Shinde, Akashvani News, Agartala.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people of the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on Akashvani on the 18th of this month. It will be the 102nd episode of the monthly radio program. People can share their inputs on the Namo app, MyGov, or can record their message by dialing 1-800-117800. They can also give a missed call on 1922 and follow the link received in SMS to directly give their suggestions to the Prime Minister.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री अपने मन की बात इस बार साझा करेंगे 18 जून सुबह 11 बजे आप भी माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के मन की बात का हिस्सा बन सकते हैं। इसके लिए आप अपने सुझाव 16 जून तक टोल फ्री नंबर 1800117800 पर रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं या फिर 1922 पर भी कॉल कर सकते हैं। नमो ऐप या माई गव के ओपन फोरम में पोस्ट कर सकते हैं। तो याद रखें, रविवार 18 जून सुबह 11 बजे मन की बात।
यही तो मन की बात है, जन जन से नाता होना।
Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said India is committed to deepening relations with African countries in the field of trade, knowledge and technology transfer. Addressing the 18th edition of CII Exim Bank Conclave on India-Africa Growth Partnership in New Delhi today, Mr. Goyal said India is the fifth largest investor in Africa with $74 billion of investment.
Our bilateral trade has been growing well, about 9-10% growth. Last year, we are roughly at about $100 billion today. And it's equally balanced. May not be country-wise, but in terms of the entire African Union, our imports and exports are roughly balanced at $51 billion of exports from India and about $47 billion of imports from Africa.
Electronic goods, iron ore, ceramic products and several agricultural commodities have registered growth in export in the last month in comparison to the corresponding period of last year. According to the Commerce and Industry Ministry, electronics goods registered 73.96% growth, while other cereals witnessed a significant increase by 67.96%, spices 49.84%, iron ore 48.26% and ceramic products 17.36%. The ministry said the country's overall exports, including merchandise and services, are estimated to be over $60 billion in May this year. The ministry said the country's trade deficit has shown a considerable decline in April to May 2023. The UN General Assembly has adopted a consensus resolution to establish a new memorial wall for fallen peacekeepers piloted by India. The resolution received a record 190 co-sponsorships, which is a testimony to faith in India's contributions and intent. A draft resolution, Memorial Wall for Fallen United Nations Peacekeepers, was introduced by India's permanent representative to the UN, Ambassador Ruchira Kamboj, in the UN General Assembly Hall yesterday, and it was adopted by consensus. In a tweet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed happiness at the adoption of the resolution. He expressed his gratitude for the widespread support that led to a record 190 co-sponsorships. In the Indonesia Open badminton tournament being played in Jakarta, India's Kidambi Srikanth and HS Pranoy have moved on to the quarter-final stage. Kidambi Srikanth beat compatriot Lakshya Sen in straight sets 21-17, 22-20, while HS Pranoy defeated Hong Kong's Angus and Kalong 21-18, 21-16. In men's doubles, Indian pair of Satvik Sairaj, Janki Reddy and Chirag Shetty also entered quarterfinals, defeating China's He Chi-ting and Cho Hao-tung 21-17, 21-15. In women's singles, the two-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu lost 18-21, 16-21 to Taiwan's Tai Tzu Ying. Meanwhile, another Indian shuttler, Priyanshu Rajawat, also crashed out after losing the second round match against Indonesia's Anthony Sinisuka Ginting. The Asian Cricket Council ACC has announced a hybrid model for the Asia Cup 2023. There will be a total of 13 matches, with Pakistan hosting 4 and Sri Lanka hosting the remaining 9 matches. Since the Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, has ruled out any travel to Pakistan, Team India's matches will be held in Sri Lanka. India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Afghanistan and Nepal will compete in the ODI tournament starting the 31st of August. The final will be held on the 17th of September. And now, before we end the bulletin, headlines once again. Cyclone Biparjoy landfall started in Saurashtra and Kutch regions of Gujarat. More than 1 lakh people from coastal areas and low-lying villages successfully evacuated. Centre reduces 5% basic import duty on edible oils to ensure affordable prices for consumers. Country's electronic goods export witnesses a significant increase of around 74% in May. UNGA adopts resolution introduced by India to establish memorial wall to honour fallen peacekeepers. India's Kidambi Srikanth and HS Prannoy enter quarterfinals of men's singles event at Indonesia Open Badminton Tournament in Jakarta. And in cricket, Asia Cup 2023 to be held in hybrid mode from 31st August to 17th September. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.